Alright, another video. Probably clear this out first. So in the recipes, if you don't have Cola Kid cookies or spicy seafood pot, got sandwiches, damage to infected increase. Now, a thing to note with this is I'll make this one, and then I will swap over. I'll swap out the meat for blue quality meat and the berries, which I've got in my mailbox, which I just went and picked some just to show you this video. So if you make one sandwich with low quality ingredients, it comes out with poorer stats. So if we go back to this one here, it's swapped over the meat. So we'll go that, and that's going to do it. So we're going to use the venison, the blueberries, and the fine flour, and we'll craft that one. And I'll show you the comparison between them. I've also maxed out the mastery for this one. So the higher your cooking level on this skill, mine being master, the higher the percentage of the abilities it has. Also dependent on what food you put into it. So if we go back here now, we'll grab both of these. We'll check them out. So we go to food. We got a green sandwich here and a blue sandwich. The green sandwich I just make 4% increase to infected creatures. Blue sandwich 10% increase. Recovers fullness and HP regen. Recovers fullness, HP regen, and health recovery. So the blue one is the one that I made with the blueberries, the fine flour, and the venison. Gives out better stats, and an additional one which is recover health, which is your white bar, and also gives 10% instead of 4. It's important to make sure you do your mastery on stuff like this. It is very beneficial for camp invasion and for camp boss. Now, up here, I'll do a dummy run on this. We've got the two skills, world level and fullness. So now, I'm going to eat the green sandwich because I don't care much for it. Now, we check out skills. We got 30 minutes of damage to infected creatures increased by 6%. The 6% is because that's a different sandwich I had, not the one I just made. Now we're also going to go and use the advanced antiseptic. Check it out now. Now we got anti-infection, 15% increase. It used to be, for some reason it's showing up as melee damage. It used to actually be ranged damage. For some reason it's changed. There. Increases damage dealt to infected by 15% for the next 10 minutes. So I'm not entirely sure why it says melee damage on it, because it still has effect with shooting, because it increases my damage personally by 3 to 10 damage. Then we're also going to head over to the repair station here. Go to the energized skills. Now the main gun I use for this one will be my Collector's Howie. So I'm going to grab that, Collector's Howie, Energization. Now the one I run for this event, for Camp Boss and Invasion, is the Chaos one. In combat increases damage for every one or more player up to 4 players. So if we go select on that, we hit Energize. See we've got a bonus of 0.09. Hit Energize again, and again, and again, and again. Now it's at max proficiency, which is 2%. So as long as I've got 4 players within 300 yards, it'll increase it. So that's an 8% damage boost with 4 people around you. Or it could be 10%. I'm not sure if there's a base value of 2% all the time, as it doesn't really describe that in the skill. Now, the energization that I just put on was brought from Tex Brandon. So if we head over to the camp vault, head outside here and have a talk to this fella, Tex Brandon. What do you have for sale? Scroll down the bottom. Limited time, limited event items. They are the energizations. These are the ones I haven't brought. The Chaos one will be in here amongst others. I don't worry about using defense buffs or anything in the camp boss because they hit a certain percentage of damage on you, irrespective of your health. So yeah, you can stack the Chaos Energization, which will get you either 8 to 10% whilst people are within 300 yards, and then you get the 15% from anti-infection, and then if you've got blue sandwiches with max proficiency and mastery in them, is another 10% on top of that. Massive damage increase. We've also then got what is called snow weapons, which most of you would be aware of. For example, that one's actually no good for showing you, to be honest. So let's go check out the formulas. What have we got here? Right over to my tab. Snow Elite. Camouflage. Exquisite snowfield camouflage that permanently increases attack by 2%. And it should also have on here, damage to infected increases by 12%. Now, the snow camos on guns, except for the snipers, come out with 12% damage increase to infected. You can then also go to your R&D machine and roll an additional 15% on guns. For example, where's my Tavor? Probably looking straight past it. Yep, can't even see it. Blinders are back clearly. Tavor, down the bottom there. Click on this little button eye up here. Now we can have a look at what it can do. Now, we scroll down here. Damage to infected increase 5% to 15%. That is a potential roll on it. So what that means is if you have the base gun rolled from between 5 to 15%, we'll go with 15 as an example, you have 15% infected increase. If you then proceed to go and make a snow camo version of the Tavor, it'll take the traits from your base gun and put it onto your snow gun, which would mean that you would have 15% damage increase from the base gun and 12 from your snow gun version of it, which will then give you 27% increase to infected. And that there is how you get a shitload of damage on camp bosses and infected. It's also handy for outside in the maps if you really need it. But that's just my little tip on the rundown that I personally use. I don't really use the snow guns because I don't have good rolls on them. So I normally run just my Collector's Tavor at this stage. But any gun that has a snow variant, that's an assault rifle, an SMG, or the howitzers can get damage increase to infected on them as a base value, and then anything that's rolled on the base gun itself. So use that to your advantage to get your damage up and hit higher scores. And in saying that, the camp is progressing quite well and everyone's scores have been going up quite a lot. Even I'm having to put a bit more effort in because you're all catching up to me. So that's my second video for the day, for a little bit of information for camp bosses and for infected invasion to help out.